podcast party. Descent into Avernus.
My name is Renascence. My friends and I have found the entrance to the bleeding Citadel. But right in our path, the mind flayer has tormented Ofelia since her early days in Waterdeep.
The five of you are now in the presence of a mind flayer. A creature that some of you have only heard whispers of, but you've seen depicted in various tomes. Its gangly tentacles writhing and wriggling before its bulbous purple head. It alights on the floor and reaches out one of its arms towards Ofelia. And Ofelia, I'd like you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, good, my favorite stat.
You will have a +3.
It's trying to grab her?
You don't know. You just see that he reaches his hand out towards Ofelia. Ofelia is about 50 feet from this creature.
So that's a 13.
If I see that it's like she's being pulled or something, I would try to grab her.
This is unfortunately too fast for you to grab.
Okay, got it.
It's almost like an invisible hand reaches out and snatches Ofelia. Ofelia, you feel your feet come off the ground and you are held restrained 30 feet from your compatriots above the ground of this floor. Your arms are pinioned and you are held as this invisible hand holds you 30 feet above the ground.
Let her go!
It leaves you there. And in your minds, you hear that same voice of this creature. And it says, I can make a deal with you all, or we can come to less appropriate terms. Which shall it be?
Give Ofelia back to us and we might listen to what you have to say.
While it's negotiating with Hylan, I'm just going to click our 2 platinum rings together and cast Warding Bond between me and Hylan.
It seems to ignore you, Hylan, completely.
Yeah, that tracks.
How high is the cliff ledge that we're standing on?
40 feet.
I'm going to get her, Corbin says. I'll get her. And Corbin is going to fly to Ofelia.
As soon as you begin to fly towards her, he backs away with Ofelia in his grasp. The Bulazau, who are no longer battering at the door, ready themselves and grit their teeth. Again, in your mind, as you hear Ophelia's bones crunching, Ofelia, you will take...
Nope.
You will take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as this creature slowly begins to constrict your body.
What do you want?
I bonus action shift the hex onto the mind flare. I'm hexing strength. If it's retreating, I start firing Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay, then let's go ahead and roll initiative.
So Hylan, you have a +4 in initiative.
Great.
Renascence got a 21.
Ophelia got an 18.
Corbin got a 16.
And Hylan got a 15.
Renascence, you are first. What do you wish to do?
Okay, so I'm going to fire 3 Eldritch Blasts at the mind flare. First shot is a 16.
Yes, a 16 will hit.
Second shot is a dirty 20.
Yes, indeed.
Third shot is a 22.
All 3 hit.
All right.
9 force, but it is hexed. It will also take 11 necrotic, so a total of 20 damage. And I am going to jump off this cliff.
Oh, wow. Just jump.
Do you want to wait for me?
Nope, I just jump off this cliff.
I was gonna fly you down.
You don't want to be slowed by me.
That's fair. Okay, so you're going to plummet 40 feet and land prone. Yep. So that is 4d6 damage. That's 20 damage.
Oh my god.
Well, I was carrying 12 temps, so I take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So I'm at the base of the cliff now. I use half my movement to pull myself to my feet, and then I run 15 feet towards the Bulazau.
You notice that the 3 shots with the Eldritch Blast have sunken into this creature's flesh, and it sort of wards itself, but perhaps a second too late. As it does so, its concentration on the telekinesis fails, and it unfortunately drops Ofelia the same height, 40 feet, to the floor.
Oh my god.
Better than it having her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ophelia, you take 17 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
That's my turn.
Unfortunately, the Bulazau rolled a 19 on their initiative, so they are up. They are going to screen coming away from this metallic door and are going to run in your direction, Renascence. They're going to try to whip you with their barbed tails. So 3 barbed tail attacks coming in your direction. First one is a 15.
I leapfrog over it.
Second one is a 9. And the third one is a 23.
I duck under the second one, and then the third one lashes me across the chest.
That is 7 piercing damage. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20 on the con save for 25.
Fantastic. Although this would have felt a lesser man, this is nothing to you. The disease just washes over you like a cool breeze. That is their turn. It is Lulu's turn. Lulu is absolutely obsessed with making sure Ofelia is okay after seeing her fall before. So Lulu will fly down towards the prone form of Ofelia and use her last cure wounds. And she will give you 7 points of healing back, Ofelia.
Nice.
It is now your turn, Ofelia.
Ophelia's eyes glow with rage, and she shoots a lightning bolt at the Mind Flayer. You're going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
It makes it with an 18.
It'll still take half damage, so that's going to be half of 25 lightning damage.
12 lightning damage.
Also, am I prone?
You are prone.
I would have stood up before I did the lightning bolt, and I think I'll stay where I am.
At the end of your turn, this creature, this Mind Flayer, who you can only assume would be called Xal'Triss because that is the name of the creature that all these other demons were speaking about previously. He will turn towards Ofelia and Lulu, and you watch his tentacles open up and begin to vibrate, and he will do a legendary action.
Oh, shit.
Xal'Triss will emit a disruptive wave of psychic energy, which will force all creatures within 20 feet of it to make an intelligence saving throw. I will do it for Lulu. Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw, please, Ofelia.
Oh, no.
Ofelia rolled a 6.
And Lulu rolled a 22. So Lulu will take half damage, but you will take the full damage. 3d10 psychic damage. That is 21 psychic damage, and you are knocked prone. Lulu fights through it.
Jeez.
Lulu fights through it and only takes 10 and is not knocked prone. Painbearer, Corbin, Shiv, it is your turn.
All right. Corbin is going to say, Ilmota, protect us, and he's going to cast his Twilight Sanctuary.
Yay. What a fave.
So everybody at their end of their next turn will get 14 temporary hit points.
Corbin, because you have the highest passive perception, I'm going to go ahead and say that you hear this first. You hear yipping and growling noises.
My Twilight Sanctuary is a 30-foot radius. Is my Steps of Night ending this round or next round? I think I would feel it,
I would say
right?
next.
As soon as the Twilight Sanctuary comes up, he is going to shift around behind the Bulazal, so he'll be flanking with Renascence. And then for his bonus action, he's going to create a sliver of light by the Mind Flayer. Ilmota, crush that thing. And he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon at 4th level between himself and the Mind Flayer. And then I'm going to take a womp at him. An 18?
An 18 hits.
Yay.
You can give him 18 points of force damage from a pillow.
Nice.
Right on.
Corbin will take his 14 temps.
At the end of your turn, but before Hylan's turn, the creature will move its speed back towards the opposite cliff on the north wall. So it's pretty far away from you guys right now. Hylan, it's your turn.
I saw Ofelia fall. I see my other friends fighting on the ground. I'm going to sprout my dragon wings, and my eyes are going to glow blue, and I'm going to take off and fly down until I'm about 30 feet above them. That was my bonus action. So I would like to manifest a psychic blade and throw it at the Bulazal that is between Corbin and Renascence. That is a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Great. So that does 10 psychic and 13 sneak attack for 23 psychic damage. And I will stay where I am 30 feet above them.
It is now Xal'Triss's turn. All of his legendary actions reset.
Ugh.
Great. On his turn, he will cast a spell on you, Hylan. And in your mind, you hear the voice and it says, "Feel the tendrils of madness caress your mind as I tear it asunder."
As he's monologuing about it, I counterspell.
Okay, cool. This is a 8th level spell.
Okay, I'll make the ability check.
Yes, please. So this is an 18 DC.
I did it. 21.
Awesome. Well, you definitely knocked out his big bomb. Well done. You hear the voice coming through your mind, and then it's just like a static. It's like, shh. There's nothing going through your mind at all. You feel like your mind reels for a second, and then nothing. With that, he sort of looks down at his hands, and then his eyes focus on you, Renascence. With that, his turn is over. Renascence, it's your turn. Before you start your turn, however, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw because of these Bulazau.
Dirty 20 for me.
You are perfectly fine. You do not take any damage.
I'm gonna swing Heaven's Fall at the wounded Bulazau between myself and Corbin. First attack with advantage is a 14.
A 14 will hit.
Awesome.
9 bludgeoning off Heaven's Fall, plus 3 radiant because it's a demon for 12, plus an extra 8 radiant damage for my improved divine smite. So that is 21 damage total. You know what? I'm going to dump a level 1 divine smite on him. A 3d8 radiant. An additional 15 radiant on him.
That crushes his skull.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna move under Hylan, right? Because she's up in the air.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna swing underneath Hylan to get another Bulazau, the right Bulazau, between myself and Corbin again, and I'm gonna swing it at that one with Heaven's Fall.
If you do that, though, the one to the left of the one that you just killed will make an opportunity attack on you.
That's totally fine.
A 15.
No, I smack it aside with Gargs as I'm moving. Now I'm gonna take another swing with advantage at his buddy. That is gonna be a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
7 bludgeoning, 1 radiant is 8 plus 6 more radiant off of the improved divine smite is 14 total damage. And I'm going to drop another level 1 divine smite on this guy. 18 more radiant on him.
Whoa, you got 3 6s.
Nice.
I'm going to now keep moving, swinging around so I can defend Corbin. So I keep swinging around behind him till I'm next to Corbin. And that is my turn.
14 temps.
Thank you. Cheers.
I am going to bring on a combatant who has only recently joined the fray because it was in the next room, but it phases back through the wall. You guys see this thing and you remember it from perhaps an hour or so ago. This demon made completely of shadow with this elongated head and these sort of shadow tentacles that come forth from its maw. So he flies directly at you, Hylan, in the air, and will strike at you with his claws. That's a 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Unfortunately, if a demon has advantage on an attack roll of this kind, it will do additional psychic damage. Okay, a total of 10 psychic damage, actually.
Uncanny dodge.
If you uncanny dodge it, it'll let me cut in half again because I have warding bond up on you.
Nice.
So you'll only take 2 damage total.
Great. So I'm going to just feel sort of like a rush of wind all of a sudden and just slightly move to the left so he only grazes me. And then I feel the sort of glow off the ring on my finger and I barely get hurt at all.
Renascence winces as he takes 5 psychic damage. I do maintain concentration on the hex.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The 2 remaining Bulazau move to flank Renascence, and both of them will strike at him with their claws. The first attack is a 24.
Yes.
4 piercing damage. Please make a Constitution saving throw. Actually, against you, it won't matter because you're immune to disease at this level, aren't you?
Correct.
So this is
Awesome.
a disease. So yeah, just the 4 piercing damage. The second attack is a 16. So that bounces off Gargs. I know your AC is much higher than that. After their turn, but before Lulu's, our friend Xal'Triss will put his hands together and almost like he's crushing something invisible in between them, you will see sort of a miasma of purple energy come forth, and every creature within 60 feet of Xal'Triss must make a wisdom saving throw.
Corbin and Ofelia, you will have +4s.
Okay.
I'm out of range.
So Ofelia rolled a 16 on her wisdom save.
Corbin the cleric rolled a 10.
Renascence got a 21.
If you save successfully, you will only take half damage of this.
What is a successful save?
It is a 17. So then you will only take 9 psychic damage. If you were unsuccessful, you will take 18 psychic damage, and you will find that your mind has changed.
Ugh.
You are affected by a condition called the Madness of Xal'Triss. You suffer from mental discord, and you are subjected to the following effects until the end of your turn, at which point you can end the Madness of Xal'Triss with a successful saving throw. Number 1, you will have a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Number 2, your speed is reduced by 10 feet and you cannot take reactions. And number 3, you must use your action to take either the dodge action or make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within your reach.
Corbin and Ofelia failed that?
Yep.
Did Lulu fail it?
And do the Bulazal have to make a...
The Bulazar are immune to this effect. Lulu got a 21 on her wisdom check, so she will only take the 9 damage.
Great.
That is his legendary action. It is now Lulu's. Shit, Lulu doesn't have a whole lot to do except maybe Trumpet of Sparkles. She just puffs up her cheeks and blasts a trumpet of positive energy at these Bulazar.
Yeah, take that.
So creatures in the cone will make a Constitution saving throw. She's gonna only aim at one of them because she doesn't want to get you, Corbin. You're kind of in the middle of the ball.
Appreciate it.
Sorry.
And Renascence too.
Yeah, don't kill us, Lulu. Thanks.
Yeah, Lulu. So she will aim at one of them. She's gonna go for the northernmost Bulazar. And it failed with an 11, so it will take
Yay.
48 plus 4 radiant damage. 15 radiant damage to that Bulazar.
Yes.
Ophelia, you unfortunately have failed, so
Yeah.
you can only move 10 feet less than your regular movement. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and you can either take the dodge action or make attack at anything within your reach, randomly determined.
I'm going to stay where I am, and I will take the dodge action.
As you do so, in your mind, Ophelia, you hear this creature beckoning you, and it says,
You were so promising. I thought we had an accord of sorts. But now you and your friends have turned against me. How disappointing you are, Ofelia Liadon.
If I'm disappointing to you, I can only assume that's a good thing.
14 temps.
Corbin, it is your turn.
I would like to pull my pillow back. I made sure it was within 20 feet of the Bulazal. So I'm going to pull that back and hit that wounded one that's next to me and Ren. That is a crit fail with a 9.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, sir.
That's all right. How's his flying coming along? Does it feel like it's about to end?
I would say next round, probably.
All right, so he's going to fly around to the north of the wounded one. I can get that far and take a swing. I'll take my attack act. Oh, wait, it's a random person within 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
Ren, unfortunately, is in your reach.
As is Lulu, as is Ophelia.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just
Don't do this.
dodge.
Wait.
Don't-
All right, so he'll just swing around the Bulazal to the north, and he will take, I believe I can take the dodge action, right?
That is correct.
But I'm already invisible, so it's perfectly meaningless. Yeah, what else can I do besides try to make my wisdom saving throw at the end of my turn?
Well, that reminds me, Ophelia, you didn't make yours
Yeah, I
either.
didn't make mine. I just realized.
Would you mind rolling it, please?
You do have a +4.
Yeah, that's an 8
Jesus.
Ah,
for me.
That's not enough, unfortunately.
no.
So you are still affected by the madness of Xal'Triss. You hear the voices of all the people that you have horribly, horribly killed all those years ago in Waterdeep screaming your name.
And you don't know why.
And you don't know who they are or what you did.
Strangers calling your name.
Who are these people yelling at me?
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I keep forgetting
Well,
that
you know
she
what?
just did a fucking mind erase on that shit.
Lulu's memories came back with triggers. I don't know if Ophelia's memories
good
would come
point.
back with triggers.
That is a good point. You know what?
Yeah.
Because I think in this particular situation, considering that the creature that gave you these particular mental circumstances in the first place, which you've attempted to wash yourself of, you are face to face with it and is affecting you dramatically. So if you wish to have these sort of memories triggered, tell me what goes through your mind. What's the first memory that comes back?
She hears the screaming and she remembers the grip of her hand on her violin bow and the fact that she can't remove it. She's got this sensation of trying but furiously playing and not being able to stop as she hears people yelling her name.
Corbin needs to roll a wisdom, right?
Wisdom saving throw, that's correct.
So I'm +4. So that's a 17.
17 is enough. That's actually the DC. So you are 100% no longer affected by madness of Xal'Triss.
Because I'm near these Bulazal, was I supposed to make some sort of Constitution saving throw or something?
That is a good point as well. You will need to make, technically speaking, you're supposed to make 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
A 21 and a 9.
+4 on each of those.
Oh, sorry, a 25 and a 13.
13 is enough. Absolutely, yes. So you take no damage from the rotting presence of these Bulazal.
Woo.
And then the last thing I need to do is roll my Twilight Sanctuary. So everybody will get 13 on this round. Temps.
Thank you.
And that's it, Matt.
Hylan, it is your turn.
I am in the air face with this evil shadow octopus.
How high are you in the air again?
30 feet.
Okay, that is unfortunately close enough to the Beulah that you will still need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, 2 of them.
Yes, please.
The first one is an 18.
That's successful.
And the second one is a 12.
That is not successful. So you will take 1d6 plus 1 necrotic damage.
I'm resistant to that, so I'll only take half.
So this was only 3 damage, so you take half of that, so that is only 1.
It's actually nothing.
Oh, that's right, because of the warding bond.
Yeah, so you take no damage, I take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And I barely keep the hex up.
From 1 point of damage.
Yeah. It's up.
Yeah, you got a paper cut and you almost dropped your spell. I'm going to manifest a blade in my hand and stab at the shadow creature right next to me. A 23 to hit.
That will hit.
That's 7 psychic damage, and then I'm going to use my dragon dagger for my second attack, which is a 29 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice. And this thing hates radiant.
Yeah, and it takes extra radiant damage from that.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that's 5 piercing damage and 5 radiant damage for 10 damage on that.
Okay, that is enough to destroy it.
Yes! Excellent.
What a wimp.
He might
Once
not
I
have
see
healed
that
from the
sort of
last
Careful
time.
now, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might not have healed from the last time we beat him up pretty bad before.
Once I see it sort of disapparate, I'm going to swing around in the air and look back at my friend. I'm going to stay where I am.
Matt, are those yips and yeps getting closer?
They are getting closer, in fact, Andy. That is absolutely true.
All right, Corbin's gonna yell out,
Monsters coming in. Sounds like hyenas or wolves or gnolls or something.
Which direction?
From the south.
South.
Xal'Triss, he looks like he's going to cast another spell here. Hylan,
Yes.
please make a wisdom saving throw as Xal'Triss moves his hands towards you.
That's a 13.
That unfortunately is not enough. The spell that he casts on you is a spell called Confusion. An affected target can't take reactions, must roll a d10 at the start of its turn to determine what its behavior is. And when you do that, we'll determine exactly what you do on your turn. And at the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom saving throw to save out of it.
Okay.
So he's concentrating on that spell, Confusion. You now hear the sounds of yipping and growling growing ever louder, and now you see their source. Coming from the south passageway, 3 very large gnolls appear. From the north passageway, those 3 dretches that you guys failed to put out of their misery will also appear, and they will join combat as well.
Hi, everybody. The show will be back shortly for the second half. Cast Party's professional dungeon masters are available to hire for online games. We have games for kids as well as adults, and our DMs can run almost any of the official Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventures, as well as third-party adventures, and even some we've created ourselves. Do you ever feel like you have a great visual picture in your head, but you need a little help putting it into words? Well, with a subscription to Describe, you can access thousands of descriptions of monsters, spells, locations, and more, as well as maps, music, and sound effects to enhance your games. Only at describe.com. That's DSCRYB.com. Would you like 10% off that subscription? Follow the link in the show notes and use the discount code CASTPARTY, all one word, all caps, to save 10% on your first subscription. As always, we're offering monthly free adventures with our Dungeon Masters. These free games fill up quickly, so if you'd like to grab a spot, you should join our email list or our Discord server. Links to both can be found at cast-party.com. If you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. Message us on social media or email us at cast-party.com. Follow us on Facebook at CastPartyDND, on Threads at cast_party, on Instagram at cast_party, and now on Blue Sky as Cast Party. Thanks very much for listening, and now back to our adventure in Avernus. I'm the Shield. Threats I face are cunning, powerful, and subversive. Be ever alert for their corruption. And I'm going to channel Divinity Watcher's Will, which means allied creatures within 30 feet of me have advantage on all intelligence, charisma, and wisdom saving throws.
Awesome.
Actually, creatures equal to my charisma modifier. So, Corbin, I'm afraid you're gonna have to count on your wisdom You do get my +4 bonus, but the Watcher's will affect myself, Ofelia, and Hylan.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, my wisdom's low. I am not wise.
I have to make a con save, right? Because the Violazau are still here?
That's right. That is correct.
I did get a 13.
A 13 is enough.
Okay, yep, that's my turn.
Yeah, the Bulazau, it's their turn now. They see that hammering against you just has no effect, but they do have another target, and that is Ofelia. Ofelia is still on the ground. They will move to surround her. They will take the opportunity attacks.
I'm going to go ahead and go and guess that the one south of me was more wounded.
It was.
So I'm going to swing at that one with Heaven's Fall. A 15.
15 hits.
10 bludgeoning and a total of 6 radiant for 16 damage total. And you know what I'm going to do, Matt? I'm going to dump a level 1 Divine Smite on him. Because hands off, my favorite bard.
Yay!
10 more radiant on him.
That's enough to destroy him.
Yay!
Yay!
Flank this, you fuck.
So then the one to the north of Ofelia will not have advantage, and so it will have a disadvantage because of your dodge action. That is a 13 with disadvantage.
That'll miss.
Yay!
Yay.
Thank
You
God.
sidestep it. Yes, how are you doing there, Ofelia?
Not good.
Before Lulu's turn, Xal'Triss will use one of its legendary actions to move 20 feet towards you. It is now Lulu's turn. Lulu sees this thing coming in her direction, and she's like, no, hell no. I mean, heavens no. And then will fly. I guess she's gonna have to fly towards where Hylan is. Yeah, she's just gonna fly up and just be right next to you, and then she will take the dodge action because she doesn't want anything to do with this thing.
Good choice, Lulu.
Matt's trying to get you to hurt Lulu.
Why would I do that? At the end of Lulu's turn, however, Xal'Triss will take the second of his legendary actions and will use that same ability that he used before, which is that wave of psychic energy. All creatures within 20 feet, except of course for those immune to this ability. So please make an intelligence saving throw. All creatures within 20 feet of Xal'Triss, and that is Corbin and Ofelia.
Ofelia, you will have advantage on this, and both of you will have +4s.
Ophelia rolled a 19.
Corbin rolled a 12.
So you will take 19 psychic damage and you are knocked prone. Corbin, make a dexterity saving throw to stop yourself, since I think you're probably setting yourself down.
That's a 9. Yeah.
No, unfortunately not. That's still going to be... but you were only like 10, 20 feet up? How much?
Yeah, because I was flanking with Ren, so however far I need to...
Oh, then you'd have to be...
I can
if
only
you were
be
flanking
about
with Ren,
10
then
feet
you'd
up.
have to be 10 feet up. So you'd only take, 1d6 bludgeoning damage. So you take 4 bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Oh, shit!
Now, both of those, unfortunately, are damaged, so you're going to need to make Constitution saving throws for your concentration. It's 2 of them.
You'll have +4s on those two.
15 and a 20.
You keep concentration on your invisibility.
Excellent.
It's going to end anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Ophelia, it's your turn.
Okay, I take the dodge action again, and I will attempt to save.
Con save for the one Bulazau, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
Oh, right.
You do have a +4. Dope.
That's a crit fail.
You take 1 necrotic damage.
Ow.
Wisdom...
17, still not enough, right?
17 is target, actually. So you are good.
Yes!
The madness
Finally!
of Xal'Triss ends on you.
And you get 13 temps, too.
The people in my head stop screaming. That's it for me.
Painbearer, Corbin, Shiv.
Bonus action, I'm going to flip the spiritual weapon pillow back to the Mind Flayer, since he decided to fly into it, and take a shot at him. That's a 24.
24 will hit.
Give him 15 more force damage. And if he's concentrating on anything, he needs to make a saving throw.
He was concentrating on the confusion spell that is currently on Hylan. So he'll make a concentration. That is a 10 on the dot.
All right, then for my action, Corbin is going to hold out his hand. And normally when you've seen him cast this spell, all these like little hands of Ilmater come out and fly all around him. But this time it's going to be different. He's going to say, I haven't forgotten you, Deghawk. Ilmater, protect us. And he's going to cast Spirit Guardians at 5th level.
Whoa.
Instead of hands, they look like little skipping stones, which is the thing he used to do with his sister. The only good thing he did with his sister was go down to the water. And they have like little wings on them that look like hands, and they're going to fly all around him.
So that means that your invisibility ends.
Yes, because it's concentration. Correct. And he'll stand, and he is going to just move over 5 feet, so he's right next to the Buelazal. And at the beginning of my turn, I was supposed to make a con save, right, Matt?
Yes, for the single remaining Buelazal.
Oof, I failed.
2 necrotic damage.
Twilight Sanctuary is up to 15, everyone.
Cheers.
Great.
Hylan, it's now your turn.
I roll a 1d10.
Please roll a 1d10.
All right. That is a 9.
A 9? For this turn, you can act and move normally.
I'm going to move so that I am about 10 feet above Renascence. Well, I'm going to throw 1 Psychic Blade at the Buelazau first. And that's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Great. Oh! That's 8 psychic damage and 24 sneak attack for 32 damage. And that's fine because I have another psychic blade that I manifest in my other hand and I throw at that Buelazau. It will hit it, hopefully. That's a 10, but I really am sick of these Buelazau. So I'm gonna focus, and some blue light is gonna course through the veins of my dragon wings. And as I see it in the air, slightly going awry, I'm gonna try to right it, and I'm gonna roll an energy die and use homing strikes and add it to the roll. No, it's still only a 12.
12 is not enough, unfortunately.
All right, so I tried and I failed, and I'll stay where I am.
You can also roll your saving throw for confusion, because you are still under the effect of that spell.
You are now close enough to have advantage and a +4 on that save.
Love it. Okay, so with advantage and a +4, that's a 19.
That is enough. You are no longer confused.
Excellent.
And you can take 15 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's now Xal'Triss's turn.
DC 16.
Yeah, it's wisdom. Advantage, so that's a 26.
He makes it, and he still takes, I believe it was 25, so he takes 12 points of radiant damage.
It sounds like it doesn't sound like anything because it's sort of a psychic blast in all of your minds because it's in a 60-foot cone.
Ooh.
That gets, I think, all of you.
Yeah.
From his position, that's everybody. This is intelligence saving throws for all of you, please.
Everybody has a +4. Hylan, myself, and Ofelia have advantage.
This just absolutely numbs your brain, feeling this intense psychic blast go through you all.
Oh, I got a nat 20 for a total of 30.
Woof!
Ofelia got a 15.
Oh no.
Renascence got a 20.
Okay.
And Corbin got a 15.
I gotta roll for Lulu too.
She does have a +4.
Lulu rolled a 14, which is not enough either. Those that succeeded take no damage. Those who failed take 4d12 plus 5 psychic damage and are stunned.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa!
We gotta take him out.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah.
You can take away my spirit guardians.
Oh dear.
Boy, was that a waste.
With this, Ophelia's eyes blink rapidly and she is knocked unconscious.
Ugh.
Lulu is also knocked unconscious.
No!
Lulu falls to the ground.
Yeah, we gotta take it out.
Spiritual weapon doesn't go, though.
Spiritual weapon does not go. You are right, because it's not a concentration spell.
So I lose my 5th level spirit guardians and my Twilight Sanctuary. Sorry, guys.
That is correct.
Don't apologize. We appreciate them anyway.
That is Xal'Triss's turn. He has let loose his bomb on all of you.
It was a good turn.
It is the end of his turn. He regains all of his legendary actions. The Dretches, who were high up on that 50-foot cliff face, they do not have a climb speed. Amazing. They're just gonna
They're gonna lemming?
They're gonna
off
lemming.
the edge?
They're dumb. They would take 5d6 bludgeoning damage. So they may in fact die. They take 20. They come very close to dying. They just fall. They're like just one on top of the other, and then they spend 15 feet of the movement to get back up, and then they will move 5 feet towards you and then dash 20 feet in your direction. All right, so that's the Dretch's turn. The creatures to the south of you, which you recognize as just hulking gnolls, and gnolls do not have a climb speed either. They are slightly more intelligent than Dretches, so they will attempt to just leap as best they can as their action and try not to take a whole lot of damage. Let's give them some dexterity saving throws here. 17, 11, and 10. So 2 will take damage and 1 will not. 2 will take 7 bludgeoning damage and fall prone, and then get up and use another 10 feet of movement to move towards you guys. And the other, who did not fall prone, will move his entire movement 30 feet towards Lulu. But because he's used his action, he has nothing else to do. Renascence?
Ophelia's unconscious.
If we don't kill this thing, I don't know what to tell you.
I know, I'm just reminding you in case you forget. That's all.
No, I know. But the thing is, if we let this thing get another...
No, I think Tal is right.
I hit it 3 times, so it is wounded.
I charge the Mind Flayer. Swing Heaven's Fall. That is a 9.
A 9 misses. He bats away Heaven's Fall.
Swing it again. That fucking 10.
Oh my god.
Not at all. In your mind, you hear him say,
I have no time for you, fool.
I think that is it.
Oh my god.
you still have one Buell's out to deal with, so would you mind making that Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure. 12.
Okay, so that's 1d6. 1 necrotic damage. All right, so the Buell's up, and he sees Ofelia on the ground.
I'm gonna kill you.
Corbin's right next to him.
What are you saying this in? What language?
Abyssal?
And it spits at you.
I'm gonna kill you, you little shit goat. I'm gonna kill you.
It says,
and then I'm gonna milk you. I'm gonna wear your horns like a hat.
it whacks at Ofelia with advantage with its tail. With advantage, that is a 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 2 death saving throw failures, Ofelia. Lulu will make a death saving throw. That is a 10, 1 success.
Oh, thank God.
Ofelia, Liadon, it is your turn. Death saving throw, please.
Oh,
That is an 11.
My palms are sweating.
Yep.
1 success. 1 success.
okay.
At the end of your turn, Ofelia, you hear a voice in your mind. It's that same creature. It's speaking to you. You can feel your life force ebbing away. This creature is saying,
Ofelia, I gave you so much. The glory that you could have had. You came here only to die. If you take me as your master, I will end this pain, end this suffering. What do you choose?
I will have no master.
Fuck yeah.
So be it.
Corbin, your turn.
Bonus action, I'm going to hit the Mind Flare with the pillow. 16.
16 will hit.
That's another 9 force damage. And then with my action, I'm going to cast at 5th level Mass Cure Wounds for all of us, everybody within 30 feet.
Yes.
Everybody gets 18 points back.
Nice,
Yes.
nice, thank you.
Yes.
You Motta, kill my friends and fuck them, especially this goat. I hate this goat.
Corbin's also going to swing around to the other side of the goat, hoping the Dretches will get to him before they get to Ofelia. And that is his turn.
At the end of your turn,
Son of a bitch.
Xal'Triss, who hasn't done any of his legendary actions this turn, will use all 3 of them for that Madness of Xal'Triss. I would like everyone, as before, please make a wisdom saving throw within 60 feet of Xal'Triss.
+4s for everybody, not Lulu, and Ofelia and Hylan have advantage, and so do I.
That's a 17 for Ofelia.
Corbin rolled an 18.
Hylan got a 24.
Renascence with a nat 20 for 28.
Amazing. All of you have passed the DC, which is 17, except Lulu, unfortunately, who got a 10. So Lulu's in the back. She's just been healed. She sort of comes up, her eyes blink. She's like, what's going on? And she just starts spinning. Successful saves mean that you take half damage of the 3d10 psychic damage. So half of 23, which is 11.
I take 5 of yours. So I take 16, you take 5. I keep the hex up.
That is his legendary action. Hylan, it's now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna look down at Lulu, and there are 2 right next to her. I manifest a blade in my hand and I throw it at that fucking Buell's. That's a 26 to hit.
You don't even need to roll damage. It's absolutely evaporated. It only had 3 hit points left.
Okay, I'm going to land right next to Lulu, to the north of Lulu where that corpse is. I'm just gonna land there so that I can help protect her because she's still pretty hurt.
She is, and there is a rather large knoll standing right next to her. In fact, 2 of them.
The right of Lulu so that Lulu cannot be flanked. So I will take out the dragon dagger and I will try to stab the knoll to my south. That's an 18 to hit.
18 will absolutely hit.
That's 4 piercing and 5 radiant for 9 damage.
It's Xal'Triss' turn. Xal'Triss has had enough of your shit, Renascence, unfortunately. You dared to attack him physically, and so he will attempt to do the same to you, reaching out with his elongated tentacles. That is a 16 to hit.
I say, no. I just smack him aside with my hand.
No. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, that was his action, so he will stay exactly where he is. The dretches that have sort of fallen down into a heap will all converge on you, Renascence, since it is their turn. And they're all giving advantage to each other, unfortunately. So that's dretches. Each of them have 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its claws. So that's a total of 6 attacks, all with advantage.
Oh, God.
So this just torrent of demonic flesh jumps on your back and your sides. With advantage, only one of the 6 actually hits you.
Jesus.
And it does crit you, for that is a total of 7 slashing damage.
7.
Oh, thank God.
They're all over the place. And you've got, of course, Xal'Triss right in front of you.
I drop the hex.
You drop the hex.
From a dredge?
Oh, no.
Yeah, drop the hex. Yeah.
Come on, Ren.
I kept that hex up for like 10 rounds. I mean,
You totally did.
Yeah.
That is their turn. The Gnolls on the south side attempt to attack with their multi-attacks as well. They have long, wicked-looking glaives, which seem to have a decent reach. So that's 2 attacks on Lulu and 4 attacks on you, Hylan. For the 2 attacks, only 1 hits, but it does 13 slashing damage, and brilliant golden blood spills onto the floor. She has very few hit points left. Oh no, all 4 hit you. That's a 23,
Right on,
a
let's go.
16, a 20, and an 18.
Can I turn this ring off?
No.
Is there anything I can do to
don't know.
deactivate
No.
this?
No,
I don't
no, and
believe
you
so.
shouldn't.
I don't think it's a good idea to do so,
Okay.
because all the tank here is,
Yeah, it's
is
the ring
Renascence.
the ring is keeping you up. I mean,
I agree, yeah.
I know, but you're surrounded by 4 things right now.
yeah, but they
worry
can't
about
fucking
that.
touch me. They're hitting me for like 2 hit points. Fondled me with its tentacles, and I smacked it.
That's true. 21, 31, 42 slashing damage on you, Hylan.
Oof.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge one of those.
Yeah, Uncanny Dodge the worst one.
Yeah, you can uncanny dodge the 13. So 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 11, 35 total with the uncanny dodge.
So you take 7. We each take 17.
I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm totally fine.
Renascence, it's your turn.
Let's try that again. I swing Heaven's Fall at the Mind Flayer. That is a 16.
16 hits.
The second attack is a 21.
Both hit.
First attack, total of 16 damage. Let me know if you need me to break it down into what's radiant and what isn't.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to drop a level 3 Divine Smite on it. So that is going to be 6d8. 21 more radiant. So the total of that attack was 37. And then the second attack, this one is going to do a total of 13 damage, and I'm going to drop a level 2 Divine Smite on him. So that'll be 5d8. This time another 14, so that'll be 27 more damage on him.
He's not looking good after those 2 swings, I can tell you that. After your turn is done, he will retort with his single legendary action, which is Disruptive Wave, that intelligence saving throw for any creature within 20 feet of Xal'Triss. So that is Corbin, and that is Ofelia, and that is Renascence.
+4 for Corbin, but not for Ofelia, but advantage for Ofelia and not for Corbin, and everything for me.
So Corbin rolled an 8.
Renascence with a 22.
Ophelia rolled a 20.
Corbin, you take 15 psychic damage, and you are knocked prone. Lulu is in a bad way here, folks. She's going to take the disengage action and get
Ooh,
the
fly
fuck out of
away.
Dodge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
thank
exactly
God.
what she does.
Thank
Nope.
God.
In fact, she flies over to the door. She flies directly next to the door.
Yeah.
And she starts to rap on the door with her trunk. She's like, help! Whoever's in there, help, help, help! And you look at the door, and the door begins to glow.
Thanks for listening. This episode featured the Dungeon Master stylings of Matt Gordon, with Tal Aviezer as Renascence, Carolyn Fox as Hylan, Rachel Tamarin as Ofelia, and me, Andy Cannistra, as Painbearer, Corbin Shiv. This episode was edited by Tal Aviezer and Carolyn Fox. Our original theme music is by Lauren Anker and Anthony DiMasso. Remember, if you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of Descent into Avernus.
Do you ever find yourself reaching for just the right words? The scab you heard in this adventure.
No.
Brought to you by Describe.
Describe. Hey, describe.
Anytime you need a pustule or a wound.
No, stop.
Weeping sores.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yep.